The Whispering Shadows.
In a small, secluded town stood an old, decrepit house that had been abandoned for decades. The townsfolk avoided it, whispering tales of ghosts and sinister happenings. The house had a reputation for being haunted, and no one dared to enter its crumbling walls. One rainy night, a group of friends, Alex, Sarah, Jake, and Emily, decided to investigate the house for a thrill. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they approached the house. The wooden door creaked as they pushed it open, revealing a dusty, dark interior. As they explored the house, they noticed strange symbols carved into the walls and furniture covered in white sheets. The air was thick with the smell of decay. In one of the rooms, they found an old journal. Sarah picked it up and began to read aloud, March 3, 1923. The shadows whisper at night. They tell me things, terrible things. I fear I am losing my mind. The further they read, the more disturbing the entries became. The writer spoke of unseen entities, of whispers in the dark, and of something malevolent lurking in the shadows. Suddenly, they heard a faint whisper. Alex turned around, shining his flashlight into the darkness, but saw nothing. The whispering grew louder, more insistent, as if the house itself was alive and aware of their presence. Emily screamed as she felt something cold brush against her arm. Jake tried to reassure her, but his voice trembled. They decided to leave, but the front door, which had opened so easily, was now jammed shut. The whispers became louder, forming words they couldn't quite understand. Shadows moved on their own, twisting and writhing as if they had a life of their own. Sarah felt a sharp pain in her head and dropped the journal, clutching her temples. "We need to get out of here," Alex shouted, trying to keep calm. They ran up the stairs, hoping to find another way out, but the upper floor was worse. The walls seemed to close in on them, and the air grew colder. In the attic, they found a small window. Jake broke it open, and one by one, they climbed out onto the roof. As they helped each other down, they could still hear the whispers, now sounding angry and desperate. When they finally reached the ground, they ran without looking back. The whispers faded, but the feeling of being watched lingered. They didn't stop running until they were far from the house. Back in the safety of their homes, they tried to make sense of what had happened. The journal remained with Sarah, who felt a strange compulsion to read it. She couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed them. Over the next few days, they all experienced strange occurrences. Alex heard whispers in his sleep, Emily saw shadows moving in her room, Jake felt cold spots in his house, and Sarah had nightmares about the old house. Determined to end the haunting, they returned to the house with the journal. They found an entry they had missed before, April 5, 1923. The only way to stop them is to burn the journal. It binds them to this place. If you find this, destroy it before it's too late. They built a small fire in the yard and threw the journal into the flames. As it burned, the air around them grew warmer, and the whispers ceased. The house seemed to sigh, as if relieved of a great burden. The friends left, hoping they had put an end to the haunting. But as they walked away, Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. She turned back to see a shadowy figure standing in the window of the old house, watching them with cold, lifeless eyes. The house was quiet once more, but they knew some shadows never truly fade. If you like our video, please subscribe, like and leave a comment. Thank you.